How's it going, folks? And welcome to the Booze&Chill Podcast. And quick announcement, this is going to be the season finale. No, bit of a bummer. But, but, fear not. For the Buzzcast podcast will be returning in October and the first Wednesday of October. Reason for that, just to honestly, just to take a break, just relax, and to pick up a bunch of ideas, podcast topics and stuff like that. And because I'm returning on October, which for all you VIPs and true members or subs or whatever you want to call it, you get it. People who've been stuck around since the very beginning know that October is Halloween month, and it is my all-time favorite holiday of all time. So the Buzzcast will be returning and will be all about everything Halloween. So that's the announcement. I'm gonna take a short break, about maybe all the way to October, and expect me back and talk about all sorts of spooky, scary stuff, as well as all the regular videos and all the Halloween themed drinks, because that's just how we roll here in the Booze and Chill channel. And that's it for that, really. Just to let you guys know that the podcast will be taking a break and will be coming back in a season 3 in October, in the first Wednesday of October. So, with that, I will say goodbye for now, and let's go on with today's podcast, shall we? And how's it going, folks? Welcome to the Booze and Chill Buzzcast. We've talked about all sorts of crazy things. If you were here in the last episode, we talked aliens, leprechauns, Sasquatches, Bigfoot, for those of you not familiar, fairies, all kinds of crazy things that we talked about in this podcast before. But this morning, I stumbled upon an article, a very strange article, something straight out of the Twilight Zone. It's a man turning himself into what he really wanted to become, and that is a dog. Stay tuned, find out more about that. Cheers to you all. Before we get started, I'm have a sip of my stout here. For those of you who are wondering, this is a review to this stout will be coming soon. But yeah, today's episode is like I said in the beginning, it's something straight out of the Twilight Zone. Woke up. I normally wake up right with the kids. Don't usually have breakfast, but this time I did. And then opened up the phone, right? And I'm scrolling through a bunch of articles, right? Usually what I like to do to get like ideas for podcast topics and stuff. And one of them just so happened to just like right out of there. And this topic, guys, let me tell you, the title, I got to read you guys the title of the article. First of all, the title of the article was Japanese Man Who Spent 14K to Become a Collie. A collie is a type of dog. To become a collie, says his family accepts it. This is, I don't know if you're all familiar with the term furry. Those people who like to dress up as like animals and stuff. This is probably like 2, 3, 10 steps a lot more forward than what the furries do. Furries, it's like, for those of you who are not familiar, for those of you just listening, before I get more into this, for those of you just listening in, I will put up pictures of how this man looks like, and I will describe it to you and we will get to that. I'm it's it's a woo. It's a doozy, guys. It's a doozy. But for those of you who are not familiar with the furry, so basically, just think of just think of a mascot, a sports mascot, a high school mascot, or a school in general mascot. You know how they look like. It's a giant furry suit of some sort with a gigantic head. That's basically what I think when I hear the word furry. And there is events where a bunch of people of that community get together and basically just honestly, I honestly have no idea what it is that they do. I know like it's like a festival, right? It's like a I don't want to say an Ozfest, but what I'm gonna say Ozfest. Think of it as an Ozfest, but with fur, pink, no, well, all kinds of colors, really. Maybe Ozfest is the wrong word to use, but it's a festival nonetheless. Just people dressed up as furry animals, right? So this man, I don't think it has a name. I skimmed through the article, but I'm not even sure if there was even a name. So again, this man spends a ton of money on becoming a collie dog, and I'm gonna start by bringing up some photos here, guys. Again, for those of you just listening in, I will go ahead and pull some of these out, and I will describe the way I will be describing this is going to be I'm just going to basically be describing a dog. Basically, I mean, there's really no like there's no shortcut around this one, guys. I'm just going to be describing a fucking dog. So, I mean, here goes nothing. I mean, I'm here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So, I'm going to pull up the first picture here. The first picture is not showing up on my goddamn screen for some reason. Here we go. For those of you just listening, picture a collie. that's really it. Just it's a dog. It's literally a collie. I know there's a first part to the melancholy. Is that what that is? I have no idea. On my braids of dogs, leave it in the comments. Is it melancholy or melancholy? I don't know my dogs. Sorry, but just picture that. I mean, it's brown, it's white, it's got the snout, it's got the paws. I mean, you would see this thing and think to yourself, I want to take it home. If you're a dog person, right? Like I myself and pretty much my entire family is. Take a sip of my stout here. It's very lifelike. It's scary. This thing is scary. It's like you wouldn't even believe how real it is. Like I usually leave the link to my video podcast in Spotify. So if you are just listening, you guys have to check this out. So yeah, this dude just wasted 14K on what is called a it's a specific the suit costume. I'm not even sure what it is under. It has a specific name. Let me see if I can get that name for you all. It's under suit. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna read a quote. I'm gonna read a quote from the man who is underneath the dog. So these are the the dog man's words. My desire to be an animal is like a desire to transform. A desire to be something that I am not. Oh, here we go. We got a name. The man's name is Toko. Told the Post, adding that he wears the costume maybe once a week, mostly at home. Okay, so he keeps it under wraps, but I don't believe that because if you can see in the picture, it does look like it's he kind of sort of out and about. But that's the Toko. Kind of sounds like a taco place, like a food truck name for a taco place. For those of you who are watching or listening in from Laredo, Texas, leave it in the comments. If you are from around the area, if you are watching or listening, leave it right down there. Um, so yeah, this is the man. This is the dog. I'm gonna go ahead and read the article here out loud. The wannabe Lassie who was Lassie, the movie. It's a good one. Who was catapulted to international stardom last month after posting a video of himself waddling around Tokyo. Okay, so he's already taken this out on tour in the $14,000 suit, and interacting with strangers and real life pups. I wonder how that went down. Acting like a dog with actual dogs. You know that ability that they have to just like smell each other's asses and they're like able to tell pretty much your entire life story. I wonder how that went. If that well, anyways, moving on. Admitted he did not expect such a big response, but his rough life. His rough life. There's a joke in there. His family, meanwhile, didn't put him in the dog house. Oh, this article has puns, dude. I will go ahead and leave a link to this article for you guys to check out because this is real. This is I'm a little too fucking loud. This is real, and yeah, this is a thing. This is a thing. Let me go ahead and switch out because I know there's several pictures for me to share with you guys here. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and read along more on this article, and I will give my 2 cents in this. The Japanese man, in the name Toko, declined to share how much money he's made from his YouTube account, where his subscriber base has skyrocketed to 51,000 subscribers. Well, you lucky son of a bitch. You know, I can probably get that many subscribers if I turn my ass into a dog. If I were to do that, I would become oh man, what are those breed of dogs? The ones that literally have the ones that have locks. Oh, I can't remember the name. Put it in the comments if you know the name to that dog, that breed of dog. I would turn myself into that dog just because I'm already like what 1/8, 1/2 there. But that's what I would do. The lifelike costume cost a staggering 2 million yen, which would come out to 14,099 in American, and was custom made by Zeppet, a company that produces costumes for TV commercials and shows. Okay, so this dude actually did did his research and actually went all out and found somebody in Hollywood to actually do this professionally. And boy, it it worked. Like money well spent, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys uh another picture here. Let me see. Here we go. Here we have another one. This is probably one of the freakiest to me, because knowing that it's not a real life dog. But for those of you just listening in, just like, there's no other way to put it. You just think of a damn collie dog. Like, just picture brown and white collie dog. Like, that's literally what it looks like. Like, there's no openings to this thing at all whatsoever. It's insane. And if you go to the link, which again I will leave in the description, the damn what's his name, Toko, waves, with his hand, and it looks just like, it's kind of freaky. Again, straight out of the Twilight Zone. But the guy's happy. The guy's happy, and kudos to the family for accepting it and allowing for this person to spend like 14 grand on this thing. But I mean, like, whoa, whoa. But let's go ahead and move on. I'm basically gonna reading the article here, and again putting in my 2 cents, because um like I said, I just, like, there's nothing written down for this at all. There really usually isn't, but I just stumbled upon this thing today, and I thought, like, whoa, this is worth talking about. This is worth showing. And let's see, it took 40 days and multiple revisions to make the final suit, although American Kennel Club judges barked, where are more word puns, barked that the impressionists could use some improvement. Okay, so we have people judging Toko and his $14,000 dog suit, saying that it's not real enough. It's not real enough, bro. It's not real enough. Like, okay, there's one thing that's kind of like putting someone's dreams down. It's like they finally get to a certain really high point to that dream that they wanted, right? And then somebody telling you, like, nah, bro, not good enough, or it's missing this. Just giving you notes, and like harsh notes at that. That's kind of what this is for Toko, right? But I mean, I find it weird that there's people judging a man that's dressed as a collie dog. Which, by the way, for you listeners, this Toko person, not like, is at the stature of a dog. Like, the guy is not tall. Like, I forgot to mention that it's a person dressed as a dog, but the person is at the same height as a dog. Like, this person is short. Quite possibly some dwarfism. I'm not sure. And I don't think the article, but we should probably keep going just to see if I am right or wrong. The part-time herding dog, however, didn't run with his tail between his legs. I love the puns in this thing. After trolls trashed his canine cosplay as a bizarre fetish. Now, what this actually, I mean, is going back to the furries. Is furry a fetish thing? I think it might be. Could I don't I'm not sure. I mean, like, put in the comments for any furries out there, quite possibly, maybe. Or share it. I would like to get some input on some furries. I don't know what they call themselves. Um, I would like some input. Like, you know what? I'm going to stop right there and just keep on reading that. And I think here we We see Toko's response to the bizarre fetish statement. Uh, I'm just sad that people can think that. I love animals and enjoy playing acting like a collie. This this is my hobby, so I will carry on. Sorry, it makes me happy and other people happy too. Well, you got to go for whatever makes you happy, right? I mean, that's what Toko's doing, and it is actually making other people happy because I mean, how it mentions his fans, his 51,000 subscribers. I mean, there's people who are enjoying this, and I assume that a large percentage of those 51,000 subscribers are furries. Guarantee it. It's got to be there. There has to be because this falls under this falls under that. It really does. Like, there's no way around it. This falls under it. And let me go ahead and show you all one more here. This one's this one looks like one of those what are they called? Those animatronic toys that come in a leash. That's what this looks like. And like I said, it's basically a collie dog. Like, I was looking at the wrong camera there. I'm gonna have a sip of this while uh we keep this whole man turning himself into a dog keep sinking in while I sip this. This is what I woke up to. This was my morning read. um I don't even understand why, like, I got this. Like, this was like the algorithm just thought like, oh, Raymond will probably like that. And there I go, reading about a man who spent 14K on a dog suit to turn himself into a dog. You know, that's the type of world that we live in. And that's just the world that we live in, I guess. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove this picture now. For those of you who are just listening, I mean, it's a dog. It's a dog. Like, it is way too freakishly lifelike. I cannot sum it. Like, there's, like I said, the suit looks. There's no openings at all to this whatsoever. It's like it's right up there with the creature from the Black Lagoon suit, and even then, if I'm not mistaken, you were still able to see some sort of zipper line on that, as well as I can't remember what other horror movie it was. I mean, I think there was even like a Godzilla suit, and in the old Godzilla movies when they used to suit up a guy to play as Godzilla. I'm pretty sure there was even this one suit that you were able to see, they able to tell it was a suit. But this this one went all the way. Like, there's no zipper line, there's no opening, there's no like this completely surpasses even that that animatronic rhino that Jim Carrey is in Ace Ventura when he's playing Ace Ventura. And if you're familiar with that movie and that particular scene, it is way more advanced than that. Yes, it was an animatronic, but not as realistic as this dog suit. I am not even kidding. For those of you who are actually watching the video podcast, you know, because you just saw. Again, I usually leave the link to the video podcast in Spotify. I suggest you click on that thing and go and check it out. But my thoughts on a man becoming a dog. First of all, I already mentioned the Ace Ventura. That's one of the ones that I wanted to kind of like bring out. Secondly, I'm not what was it called? There was a TV show in the 90s in Nickelodeon called Animorphs. And for those of you 90s kids who actually saw that are probably laughing your ass off. For those of you who are not familiar, it's basically a bunch of teenage kids who have the ability to morph, it's in the name, to morph themselves into a specific animal. That's exactly what this gives me. This is the kind of vibes that this gives me, minus the metamorphosis part, but you get the gist of it. Toko, this Japanese man, completely skipped the science, the magic, and spent 14K on a very stupidly realistic looking collie dog suit and was like, fuck that. I'm going to become what I am. And just went for it. And I guess another shocker to me is the fact that the family accepted it. It's again, these are crazy, crazy times. We're living in times where there's pronouns, there's we have aliens now. Furries were a thing, but this is the next level of furry. This is like what is that the Dragon Ball Z reference. This is the final form of furry. I guess we can call it that, or maybe it's not. I could be wrong. I mean, like I said, we've got aliens now. Next thing you know, we're gonna have transformer furries. For all I know, it's again, these are crazy, crazy fucking times, and yeah, that they're just crazy times. Now, 14K spent well. I mean, for Toko, it was money well spent because it's like it's a personal thing, it's an emotional thing, becoming what you love or what you feel like you are. I just hope it's not one of those situations where it's like they oh my god, what is the word? Identify. That's the word. I hope it's not one of those situations because it tends to get a little complicated when it comes to that. I'm I think it was to the day yesterday, the day before. There's people that identify as Skittles, literal round tiny candy Skittles. And like I said, this crazy times, and hopefully it's not that situation. I hope it's just like this thing where it's just like I just wanted to become a dog whenever I feel like it, not like I know I'm a dog situation. I guess even just talking about that is confusing because again, they're confusing. These are confusing times, confusing, crazy times. Yeah, there's no way to sum that down. Up, down. See what I mean? You don't even know what's up or down nowadays because up identifies as down and down identifies as up. You never know. You don't know. But $14,000. That's just not so much at the fact that the family accepts it because it's like the fact that this man had the money to blow on a suit and customly made in from a Hollywood makeup artist might really bring shows like, oh yeah, we're cool with that because it shows that I guess he does his job, he supports, he does what he's supposed to do, right? So I guess he was allowed to be himself per se. So it's like, okay, yeah, you want to be a dog? Sure, yeah, why not? Why the fuck not? So there's that. But 14K, man. Damn. It's a shit ton of money. What would I have blown it out on? 14K. I've got debts, right? I got houses to pay. I got bills. But these are just the times. These are just the times. And again, this could also be possibly turned into some sort of how I mentioned in the very beginning, Twilight Zone episode. I would totally watch that. Now, what would be the twist to this? Maybe throw in some Goosebumps. Fan of Goosebumps? Leave in the comments. Throw in some Goosebump plot twist where the suit won't come off and he actually becomes the dog. That would be something. I would totally watch that. And it will work out either way for Goosebumps and Twilight Zone. Except Twilight Zone, the suit won't come off, and then, I guess you would have to get run over or some shit. Just Twilight Zone just seems to me has to become darker than the Goosebumps. Goosebumps, kids show. Twilight Zone, not so adulty, but have kind of similar eeriness to it. I would so watch that in a heartbeat. And I would have what's the guy's name? Jordan Peele. Horrible names. I'll have Jordan Peele directed because he's already I'm sorry, not directing. I think, or is he producing or directing? I don't even remember. But he is also the narrator of the modern Twilight Zone that you can watch right now. So I would have him do that idea because that seems to be his field. That will work out so damn good. So damn good, actually. I loved Nope. I loved Us. That's all I can think of right now that I've seen from his work. But yeah, I would so fucking watch the shit out of that. Hard. So hard. But anyways, I think that's pretty much all I got for this episode, guys. Like I said, this just came up this morning and I thought, oh man, this is the one. This has to be talked about. So that's it for that episode, guys. And not only that, I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning, but this is probably going to be the season finale. The weirdest way to end this, and again, I should have brought it up in the beginning, but this will be the season finale for the Buzzcast. I'm going to take a break for a while, coming back because I'm planning on coming back sometime in October. What am I talking about? In the first Wednesday of October. Because it's Halloween month, it's October, and I'm just going to be talking about all sorts of Halloween-y type of stuff. So, again, probably should have started off with that, but that's how these podcasts work. Also, if you stuck around for the entire thing, for those true VIPs, you all know. But yeah, this is the finale, or I might just bring this up in the beginning somewhere. So keep supporting, guys. Again, I'm gonna be taking a break for a little bit, but the videos are coming. The podcast is what's going to take a pause for a while. For Spotify listeners, keep listening, keep supporting Buzzcast, Booze&Chill Buzzcast. Y'all know how that works. Buy me coffee to support, or make a one-time recommendation, or become a member, get some goodies, good photos in there. Follow all social medias: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and I need to switch Twitter to what is it called again? X. Still not used to that. And or become a Patreon, which I've always mentioned. That's where the good shit is. So become a member, get behind the scenes stuff, and get stuff that you're not going to see on the socials and or hear on the podcast. Damn. So yes, I will return on October, and that is it for that, guys. I will see you all in the next season three of the Booze and Chill podcast, and I will miss you. Well, I'm not gonna miss you because the videos are still coming. It's just a podcast. So just with that, I will say fare thee well. Thank you so much for you guys for being so supportive in the podcast. But the podcast will come back. It will come back. And with that, fare thee well. And remember, if you keep watching, I'm gonna keep drinking. Cheers to you all. See you in season 3.